Welcome to Kindergarten Writing Club. So let's start by just reviewing this. What makes a story easy to read? So you know some of this. If we are looking here, pictures. Can't even tell what that is, but we should look at it and know right away what it is. And let's not scribble it out. So go like this if you are doing well on your pictures. Go like this if you need to try and do a little bit better. You don't have to be a perfect artist. I'm not. But we do want to recognize what you are drawing and know what your story's about by looking at your pictures. What else makes a story easy to read? Because you are writing for readers. All books are for readers. A lot of words. So on your page, you want to see a lot of words. I'm pulling out one of my most recent books. A lot of words. And when you hold up your book, I am seeing a lot of words. This means you know you're doing it well. Try a little bit more. What else makes a story easy to read? Not so many letters, just a whole string of letters that you just write some letters, any old letters. That doesn't make a word. Now this one, you don't want to do that, right? So you don't want to do that. And I think we're all doing pretty good on that. So instead of just writing a whole string of letters, this is what we are doing. Rubber band stretch. So here's the magic band stretching the word happy. Listen, write some sounds that you hear. A lot of you are doing that very, very well. Some of you really want the words to be spelled totally perfectly like a grown-up. You don't have to do that. You want to for sure hear sounds. That's what's going to help you. But if your family decides, we really want it spelled right, can you read it would be my question. Sometimes if you listen to the sounds and write, you can read it better than if you spell it perfectly when you're 5. So I'm going to let your family kind of make a decision on that, what works best for you. But it is important to hear sounds and words. For sure, we all know that. What else makes it easy to read? Spaces. Here's this astronaut, a spaceman. Word, space, word, space, word. If you do that all the time, thumbs up. If sometimes you're not still doing spaces, it makes it really hard to read. We all forget sometimes. And then just keep at it. I think we're doing a lot better than when we first started. What else makes a story easy to read? Speech bubbles make it interesting, and we know what they're saying. This one's saying, yuck. Do you use speech bubbles? You don't have to use them on every page, but sometimes, if you've never used them, you might want to try using some. The bottom one is something new that you have not seen. I think I'm going to put it up a little so you can see it better. When you have one thought, one sentence, the first letter is uppercase. See how big that is? How tall that is, that math word? Tall. And then a word, space. Word, space, word, space, word, pop a period. And then when you have a new idea, a new thing to say, you start again. Uppercase, word space, word space, word space, pop a period. Really try to do that a couple of times today in your writing. You are ready to write the ending of your story. So to remember what your story is, you should review what you wrote. You don't have to video this part, just for yourself to remember. I drove to Pyramid Rock. I got out of my car and stretched my legs. And then the middle of my story, I hiked and hiked until I was almost at the top. I turned around because it was going to get dark. Now I'm ready for the ending. How did I end this hike? That's what goes on my last page. What was the ending part? I'm looking for my ink pen. It's under here. Ta-da! The last thing that happened. Remember, I told you before, I was about at the end of my hike, and it was just like, I need to get to the car now. It's going to be too dark. And some boys were starting to come up. And I thought, my goodness, it's dark. So I just said to them, are you going on a moonlight hike? Because it was a really bright moon that night. They said, well, yeah, but we also have flashlights. Whew. Then I wasn't so scared for them. So that was the end of my hike. So I want to draw pictures. I want to draw that pyramid rock again. Put it close because it's ink pen. And I want to put myself way at the bottom. I'm going to put arrows. See, I was hiking down and put myself right here with my hiking boots, hiking down. And then I'm going to have these boys, there were two of them, coming towards me. They're going up. So I put arrows for me, arrows up for those boys. Then I would write those words that I just said to you. So my first sentence starts with uppercase. So I would put, I was at the bottom. I, space, was, space, at, space, the. Snap words. The ink pen runs out when you write up there. Space. Bottom. Bottom. Pop a period. That's one thought. I was at the bottom. New thing, new sentence, new thought. So uppercase again. I was at the bottom. I'm just going to tell you because you want, well, no. I, space, saw, space, two boys, boys. Pop a period. That's the end of that sentence, that thought. They were going to hike up, snap word. That's one thought. They were going to hike up. I asked them about the moon. Ooh, I need to draw the moon. Sometimes when you're writing, you remember something you need to draw. It was a full circle moon. I'm coloring it in because that's the best way to show that it was full moon, not sun, but moon. So darkness is coming. Okay. And they had flashlights. That is the very end of my hike and the end of my story. So after you shut this video off, take a break. Take a drink of water, maybe a little snack, depending on what time of day you're doing this. Stretch, jumping jacks, and then get your materials out and get ready to write a story that is easy to read. End your story. We have been using a timer. I think that's good. 15 minutes maybe, you can finish your story. If you are still on the middle, please finish the middle of your story and then go to the end of your story. We would love for this story to be finished by the end of this week. Read the new part that you wrote today, please, on your video. Show me your picture, read. I am so proud of you. You are becoming writers and readers. I think you've improved the most in the writing. Just really, really proud of how well you are doing. I think we need to think of a good way to share these stories. Maybe you want to mail one of these stories to someone who would love to read it and see your work. That's cool. Or a neighbor, somebody that's safe to give it to them, or just put it on their step and let them know that you're giving them a story. Think about a way to share it and tell me how you're going to share your story. Bye now.